It was a morning like any other, but for Margaret, it marked the beginning of a silent nightmare. She woke to the sound of the house being eerily quiet, but the silence was thick with an unsettling tension. When she walked into the kitchen, she found her husband, Henry, sitting at the table with a lost look in his eyes. He was there, but he didn't seem truly present. She tried to speak with him, but his responses were vague, as if he wasn't truly in his own mind. Margaret knew something was wrong. In recent months, Henry had begun forgetting small details, important dates, the names of friends, even where he placed the keys. At first, she thought it was just the natural wear and tear of age, but soon she realized it was something much more serious. That night, Henry got up to use the bathroom, but forgot why he had even stood up. When he returned, he sat on the sofa, staring at the TV, not even remembering making the move. He was there, but he wasn't the man she had married. It was then that she had an idea to search for answers. She scoured medical articles, online forums, desperate to find an explanation. And it was during this search that she made a shocking discovery. In a study from Harvard Medical School, she read about a disturbing link between a toxic mineral and the skyrocketing rise in Alzheimer's and dementia cases. The most alarming part: this mineral was present in our water, food, and even personal care products we use daily. It was an invisible threat, a poison that was slowly eroding people's brains. Margaret began to understand what was happening to Henry. He was being poisoned slowly by this toxic mineral accumulating in his brain, destroying his memories and affecting his cognition. But the worst part wasn't just that it was happening. The worst part was that this secret had been buried by big pharmaceutical companies that profited from treatments that didn't work. The truth was being hidden. Determined to save her husband, Margaret desperately searched for a solution. It was then that she found a scientific breakthrough that would change everything. A renowned doctor, Dr. Harrison, had found a natural and effective way to reverse the damage caused by this toxic mineral. He had developed a treatment that could remove the toxic buildup in the brain and restore cognitive function, allowing people to recover their memories and avoid the horrors of dementia and Alzheimer's. Margaret knew this was the answer she had been searching for. The treatment was simple, natural, and didn't involve expensive medications or dangerous side effects. Pineal Guardian X, a revolutionary supplement, was the key to restoring Henry's brain and the brains of all those facing the same problems. She wasted no time and started him on the treatment immediately. In the first few days, nothing seemed to change. Margaret grew anxious, but she remembered that Dr. Harrison had recommended at least 30 days for results to show. By the 7th day, something unexpected happened. Henry, who had been confused and lost, began to remember small things. He stood up and started talking about a family event that had taken place years ago. Margaret could hardly believe what she was hearing. The treatment was working. As the weeks went by, Henry's progress was more noticeable. He began to remember not just important dates, but the small details of everyday life, things he thought had been erased forever. He started to regain control over his mind and memories. What had seemed like an endless nightmare was beginning to disappear. But it wasn't just Henry who was being saved. More than 40,000 people had already experienced the recovery of their memories and cognition. Thanks to Pineal Guardian X, the formula that had been initially dismissed by the powerful pharmaceutical industry was now being shared by those who had been healed, and the truth was finally coming to light. Margaret, now relieved and with Henry back to his true self, decided to share this discovery with the world. It wasn't just about her and her husband anymore. It was about all the people who had been suffering in silence. Afraid that their memories, their lives, would be wiped away by the cruel march of Alzheimer's and dementia. Today, you have the chance to change your story. If you or someone you love is starting to notice signs of memory loss, if you feel time is erasing the best parts of your life, don't wait until it's too late. Pineal Guardian X is the solution to eliminate the toxins that are destroying your brain and restore your precious memories. With Pineal Guardian X, you can avoid the nightmare of forgetfulness, reclaim control over your mind, and live your golden years with confidence. Don't let Alzheimer's or dementia steal your identity. Click the link below to discover how Pineal Guardian X can transform your life. Don't miss this chance to recover your memories, your mental health, and the life you deserve. Why wait? The moment is now. Your mind and memories are worth it.